Heyo. Hello everybody. Welcome to this stream. And I hope y'all are doing very well today. Myself, doing good. It's been a very relaxed yeah, it's been a very relaxed Saturday. No crazy events have happened in my neck of the woods. Or, I suppose, cave, because, you know, this background is a cave. I promise the jokes will get better. Marginally, but they still might get better. Oh yeah, I always forget it takes a second for Dream Elements to kick in on the YouTube side. Whereas with Twitch it kicks in almost immediately. Well, that's one of the discrepancies between the two. Simply due to, I guess, how the two different chats operate. Because with Twitch, it's technically always active, even when you're not. Even when someone isn't streaming, that chat is always active, 24 hours. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, etc, etc. Whereas YouTube, it's only active if the waiting room is active. As soon as that stream ends or that waiting room gets deleted, that particular chat ends. That's one thing you tend to notice when you work with two different platforms. Like, well, obviously, things on setting things up is generally different. But also, different games or topics work better on one platform more than it does another sometimes. And yeah, that's just kind of how it is. But also, it's just generally different environments, because with Purplesight, it is more or less exclusively streams. And sometimes clips. I don't know if you can, like, purposely upload stuff to Twitch? And with YouTube, your stream is technically competing not just with other streams, but with videos as well. So yeah, there are pros and cons to both. And that's the reason why I multi-stream on both. It's literally because I started on Red Site, I started on YouTube, dabbled a bit with Twitch, found out it wasn't that bad, but I didn't fancy just continuously switching the settings every time I wanted to stream on a different platform, and I knew I'd have trouble maintaining two platforms separately. So, and at that time I just happened to find out about Prison Life Studio and its inbuilt multi-streaming. I went, that'll do, and that's why I multi-stream. Yeah, little spontaneous history lesson. And once again exposing that my arse is actually surprisingly lazy. Oh, it's actually lazier than you think. Well, I'd say I probably have had a lazy streak for a fair chunk of my life. Now, so I don't even really call it a procrastination streak. Like, a habit of procrastinating, because that's part of the ADHD thing. No, I generally think that some of it is due to actual laziness. Which, to this day I still haven't figured out where that came from. But my weird childhood aside, yeah, growing up as neurodivergent in the early 2000s was a weird experience. Mostly cause, well, I just wasn't aware of it at the time, or just had very little knowledge about it at the time. Whereas nowadays it's likely completely different. And now I don't really ask about it too much. Just because I really don't think to ask about these kind of things. It's a bit of a habit of mine. But hey ho. Now enough about my past. Let's get into a certain back into a certain blue hedgehog's past, shall we? Once it loads up, because that is what we're doing today. We'll continue our Sonic X Shadow Generations playthrough. Well, the Sonic Gen side. I gotta admit, I will say this. I do like the modern sort of Sonic Team stinger. I know, it just kind of works. Okay. It loaded up. There's sparks coming out my head. Anywho, last time we made a start on the game. And cleared the classic era. We also cleared all the challenges in Green Hill. And most are chemical plants. And we're just probably gonna save the rest for post-game cleanup. Today... Oh yeah, we also fought Metal Sonic last week as well. Today, we're facing the other boss in the classic era. Before... well, after this cutscene. And now, one thing I always found funny about this cutscene, why did neither of them realize that...
Take a good look at yourself, Sonic.
Dr. Eggman!
Oh yeah, forget I actually play Eggman's theme during this cutscene.
Another Sonic? What? Wait a second!
Well, I'm guessing he was too slow. Yeah, one thing I always find funny about that cutscene, it takes them until Eggman starts speaking for them to realise that that wasn't reflecting, that was just another Sonic. I obviously couldn't hide the fact that there was just two Sonics around, because, well, that was the main gimmick. And it's obvious they didn't want to keep the two, separate for that long. Okay. So, first boss. Death Egg Robot. Game of Origin? Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It was the final boss of that game. You fought it on the Death Egg. Though it didn't have an exact weak spot. They just remixed it heavily for this game. It didn't have stretching arms, but it could shoot its arms out. What? What the fudge happened there? Okay then. That was just plain weird. Anyway, he'll shoot his arms out at you. And then jump to the other side of the arena. What I do here is spin dash when he jumps, and then spin dash, and then jump into his arse. Now, the original boss didn't have that specific weak spot. You just could damage it wherever, except for the spiky bit, cause you did not have any rings in that fight. Oh. Why is this glitching out? There we go. And that should be... Yep. Boss down. So yeah, the thing about the original boss, you did not have any rings. The original Death Egg sound was a bit of a gauntlet, as you had to fight Silver Sonic, or Mecha Sonic Mark I as he's sometimes referred to, and then the Death Egg robot, back to back, with no rings and no checkpoints. Cutscene changes from the original generations. You actually see classic Eggman here. Whereas here, you just saw a random sphere abducted by the time of year. Yeah, this remaster actually has a fair amount of differences to the original. Main one of which being the dialogue and the voice direction. Yeah, they just re-ripped the dialogue for this game for some reason.
This confirms it.
And
It sure does. Older versions of us.
well,
Faces and enemies from
the
our
person
past.
rewriting the
Traveling
dialogue
through time, Sonic.
was... Oh, here's the line.
Without the time stones?
Sonic CD reference.
It's like that big thing that kidnapped Eggman.
Yeah,
just
so
steals
this is one of
time.
the more controversial
Then it
points
looks
about
like
this
you grabbed your
remaster.
friends here.
The rewritten dialogue.
Friends.
It was rewritten by
You know what I
Ian
mean.
Flynn, who did a lot of the comic stuff from both Archie and IDW.
There it is.
He wrote the story for... Oh, he was one of the main story writers for,
Where'd it
Hello,
go?
capture card going a bit screwy there.
We need to track
Calm
it
down.
down. And fast.
Brand new area. So what we do here is the axe first, and then go back round for doing as many of the things as possible. And I gotta admit, this is probably my favourite stretch of the game. With one exception of the red ring. Oh, you notice how there is some geography that doesn't match any of the levels in wide space. These bits. There's a reason for that. But yeah, I call this my favourite stretch because this personally has my favourite levels of the game. Well, some of my favourite levels of the game. Well, two of them. Anywho, let's go into... Well... Hang on. I know I can get that top path. There we go. Welcome to Speed Highway from Sonic Adventure. Yep. I'm going to be doing this a lot because this is the one where they really spread out the collectibles. Like, really spread them out. Oh, I missed a top route there, didn't I? These cars can hit you, so be careful. Oh yeah, like I said, this is from Sonic Adventure 1. Ah, dang it. I did not mean to do this. But I got a red ring out of it, so... Ow! There's a tower in here. But yeah, this is from Sonic Adventure 1. It was... I think it was like about the 4th level or so of Sonic's story in that game. Oh yeah, Sonic Adventure was also the game that introduced Chow. Mainly cause chaos. Keeping in mind for later on. Yeah. In Sonic Adventure, characters had different... Oh. There are many stories and such. With 6 characters. That being Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy as returning characters, and newcomers, Big the Cat and E102 Gamma. Gamma wouldn't survive the events of Sonic Adventure. And the 100% reward for Sonic Adventure, if you got all the emblems, was a Metal Sonic skin for Sonic. And speaking of references, you see here, they do a street sign reference thingamadoodle. You have Blaze Road, after Blaze the Cat, E123 Omega Road, after, well, E123 Omega, the last in the E-Series line of Eggman robots, with Gamma being one of the first. And you see S Shadow Avenue, which is meant to be Super Shadow, Shadow's super form. Ah, this is the first level in the game where they show the Lightspeed Dash, which was also introduced in Sonic Adventure. Though it wasn't really the debut of the homing attack though. You can blame Sonic 3D Blast Flicky's Island for that one, as if you got the gold shield, it allowed you to home in on enemies. Though it wouldn't be an actual part of Sonic's main kit until Sonic Adventure. I really wish I could get that game to work on my laptop properly. Well, the Steam version of the DX port. Like Speed Dash, what that does? You have a line of rings, you press a button, you shoot through it. Well, in Sonic Adventure, you had to actually charge it up first. Then you could use it. And it's a one-time use thing. They ditched that in Adventure 2 onwards, cause yeah. And it's, well, convenient, but I just jumped over the fucking red ring. But yeah, the pre-order bonus skin is, yeah, Sonic's model from Sonic Adventure. There we go, we got top route. Ah, these things. You input a direction and it shoots you in that direction. I can't remember where they originated from. I think it was actually Unleashed. Ah, this has one of the hardest chow to actually get. First try! I am a god. Ah, this is the iconic set piece of the original Speed Highway. Shit, I missed the red ring. I know there is a side route right here. Oh yeah, if you jump over... Dang it. I was about to say, if you... jump over that rocket, you could... actually, Hey. I know there's another red ring round here that I am adamant to get. I fucked it up. This is gonna be an annoying one for cleanup. But, hey ho. Right. The friend we rescue here is... insert drumroll here. Green the rabbit and cheese the chow. I think it's literally a case of they put cream here cause the other characters you rescue in this era are... make a lot more sense for the levels you rescue them from. Cream debuted in the Advance games, actually. She debuted in Sonic Advance 2, where she was pursuing Eggman cause he kidnapped her mother, Vanilla. And is one of the few times the characters had a actual relative in a mainline game. She even mentioned her mother there. But yeah, Advance 2 came out after Adventure 2, so you might be wondering, why do you rescue her from the Adventure 1 stage? Again, that's because the characters you rescue from the Adventure 2 and Sonic Hero stages have to do with those games specifically. I want to see what, oh yeah, you can just fast travel essentially. Oh yeah, cause when you do some of the challenges, you do get extra things. Aqua Shield enables bound jumps and eliminates the need to get air. That actually might be a very useful one considering extend the thing of boost gauge. Not that useful, but it's fine ability about the game. Anyway, now time to do a bit of rolling around at the speed of sound. It's City Escape. Oh yeah, Game of Origin, Sonic Adventure 2. Notable things about this game. Introduced the Guardian Union of Nations, or GUN for short. The reason why they're the enemies here is because after a case of mistaken identity, Sonic was arrested. Whee! And yeah, this is him after he escapes from the gun chopper. And with this music, well, shit. Haha! Remind me to get that red ring on cleanup. Though, I do have a question with that. Ha, bitch! Yep. Classic Sonic gets a skateboard here. Ah, oh, damn it. But if you kept up? Speed shoes! One thing I love about the speed shoes at the end there, if you get them, you can just be clear of that truck with no problems. But yeah, there's a major antagonist there, because they mistake Sonic for another character, so they wrongfully imprison him, and this is basically the first level of the hero story of Adventure 2, where Sonic's literally doing a runner from Escape and literally doing a runner from the authorities. It's also the game that introduced grinding, and there's actually a very interesting story behind that. And that is... And that story is... it was to do with Sonic's iconic soap shoes. Which, well, are actually a real life thing. There were shoes designed so that you could grind on railings and stuff. Hence, rail grinding was born. And even though afterwards they wouldn't have that sort of product placement partnership thingy, they would still keep grinding as a mechanic. So technically, technically, it didn't initially originate from Adventure 2. It actually originated from Sonic Advanced, as there are certain rails in the levels that, if you were playing as Sonic, you could jump on and grind down them. However, you could only do it as Sonic. I should know, I literally had Sonic Advance as a kid. Anywho, with the music in Act 1, in both acts, it uses the City Escape. The first one, Act 1, it uses the original vocals, but a new remix. And it goes harder into the the same motif, Endless Mine from Sonic 3's multiplayer mode had. Because you have that bit that goes do 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 do, which is the Endless Mine motif. There's a really good remix out there that kinda does it. Anywho, Act 2. It uses brand new vocals. Also, if any of y'all are curious, this is how City Escape started out. As Sonic just literally rips a trunk out of a helicopter he was held in and just snowboards down the Sonic Universe's version of San Francisco. Well, equivalent of San Francisco. I think in a lot of recent Sonic media, they referred to it as Golden Bay or something. I think I've missed a bunch of red rings there, but I'll worry about that and clean up. But yeah, it started out with that Borden section and goes into, well, literally something into this section. However, this park bit is completely new to the Generations version of it. There's also a red ring here that is a bit of a bugger. You can see it there. There we go, we got it. That loop is also an iconic set piece for the level. Shit. I know I'm good. I'm good. This is another part of it. Yeah, you might notice a bit of a theme. Was there a chow down there? No, there wasn't. I'm just gaslighting myself. Okay, now for Modern Sonic's gun truck run. This one more faithfully adapts it. Well, sort of. It didn't have bloody saw blades in the original. Let's just say that much. Which... There we go. Red ring. And now it has sodding rockets. Yeah, it didn't do this in SA2, let's just say that much. And yeah, that is City Escape. Acts 1 and 2 done. I'm properly S-ranked for the record. And that's essentially my two favourite levels from this game now done. And the person we rescue? Rouge for bats. And my capture card's playing up again.
Thanks, Big Blue. That's the first time I've ever been stolen.
You're a real gem, Rouge.
Anywho, Rouge for bats. You know how I said that they just threw cream as the one you rescue from Speed Highway? Because they're more fitting characters for the Adventure 2 and Hero stage? This is one of them. Rouge for Bat debuted in Adventure 2. He was essentially meant to be the equivalent of Knuckles for the Dark story. And it was actually working as a double agent for Gun. He's a dual thief and a secret agent. And has teased Knuckles many times about stealing the Master Emerald. And probably would value the damn thing over even her own life. Now for... one I'm not... that excited for. And one oh shit, did I forget to actually save it? I forgot to actually save it. Why do I have to make it so you have to press plus to actually save it? Yeah, there's a reason I'm bringing an Aqua Shield to this one. This one ain't that bad in terms of classic Sonic water levels, but classic Sonic water levels. Anywho, Seaside Hill, first level. of oh shit, I should go back one. And this is why I equip the bubble shield. Oh, the aqua shield. There are underwater sections. Yes! I managed to get him top one. I think I fucked up and accidentally fell to a lower route. Yeah, there's lots of higher and upper routes in this one. Hot potato, hot potato, hot potato. Smooth. Yeah, so there's a whole thing about cannons in this one. That loop can sometimes glitch. Oh, neat. Ah, shit. Nope, I can actually just... Shit. Cool. Anywho. Yeah. Sonic Heroes had a team mechanic. As in, you... Ah, dang it. If you manage to get the highest route there, you could get another red ring. But yeah, Sonic Heroes had a team mechanic. You had one speed, flight, and power character per team. You had Team Sonic, made up of Sonic, Tails, Knuckles. Team Rose, made up of Amy, Cream, and Big. Team Dark, made up of Shadow, Rouge, and Omega. And Team Chaotix, made up of Espio, Charmy, and Vector. And yes, we do save one of the Chaotix from this level. Did I accidentally I just accidentally, pressed A subconsciously like a dumbass. There we go. Seaside Hill Act 2. This one ain't that bad. Ah, this is the one that introduced wall jumps. Well, you kinda saw me use those in Speed Highway Act 2. But this is the one where the quote-unquote main routes require it. There we go. Yep. Basic platforming skills, please. My capture card not overheating, please. I don't know if it's a little bit hot in here or something. There we go. Now, I will say this. I hate trying to go for Red Ring 5 in this stage. Because it's actually just really easy to fuck it up. Oh yeah, those little symbols mean if that just is what they use to mark bottomless pits. I can't remember when they started using those. I think it was Sonic Colors, I want to say. Yeah, this one had multiple routes. One that leads to Turtles, and one that leads to the go-kart section. Also from Sonic Heroes, which each member of the team doing a different thing. Your speed character was essentially the motor. Your flight character allowed you to jump. And your power character was the one driving the bloody thing. If it got hit, one of them got knocked off, and it would affect either one of those things. It would either not be as fast. Holy shit, have I nearly gotten all of the If I actually manage to pull this off. Yep. Steady. I want to be a bit careful. Bollocks! I always mess that one up. Oh yeah, there was a hidden chow here. But yeah, I'm always messing that last red ring up. And it's extremely aggravating. Oh yeah. Yeah, they went overkill on these things. And that is Seaside Hill done. That's bonus. Well, we did S rank it. We nearly got all the red rings, but it's that fifth bloody one that has eluded us. Seriously, I actually hate having to try and get that particular red ring. Because you always need that upper out.
Okay, so we're pretty sure we've figured things out. And it's pretty dire. Ah! That thing keeps jumping back and forth through time, consuming the dimensional energy. And all that's left behind is this lifeless white void. The Sonics are the one constant here. Their speed is restoring space-time.
And causing my capture card to glitch the fuck out of these cutscenes.
Or there won't be a tomorrow.
And there's another iconic line that was actually kept in from the original. Anywho, the character we save here, SBL the Chameleon, a speed character from Team Chaotix. He's here because, well, the Chaotix involved they were introduced in Knuckles Chaotix on the Sega 32X. They were brought back in Heroes. Heroes actually has a very interesting bit of history that was unearthed not too long ago. Challenge gates have appeared. Mushroom Hill Zone, that was in the 3DS version of Generations. But yeah. Heroes has a interesting bit of a development history. And that's mainly to do with... And that's mainly to do with, the teams. With the exception of Team Sonic, the teams were going to be, well, and I think Team Chaotix, the teams were going to be incredibly different. Because, as some people know, Shadow effectively, quote-unquote, dies at the end of Adventure 2. But was brought back for Heroes and subsequently Battle and other games in the future. But initially Sega had conceived for him to be killed off completely. It's just later on they realised that yeah, they have a hit new character, so they brought him back. So, and originally, we weren't going to have an Omega. Because originally, the teams were going to be Sonic Tails Knuckles, SBL Vector Charmy, Amy, Cream, and Rouge. Yeah, she'll be put into that team. And here's the two interesting teams that make me think Heroes was going to have a very different story. Its story was going to have a different villain. Because one team was comprised of Big, Chaos, and Gamma, who at that time was essentially meant to be dead. So unless it was a different Gamma, which, considering the Gamma clones in Battle, wouldn't surprise me. And the most interesting team, Mighty the Armadillo, Ray the Flying Squirrel, and Metal Sonic. Which would have been really weird story-wise, because Metal was the actual main antagonist of what the actual Sonic Heroes we got. And Mighty would know who the hell Metal Sonic is because of Knuckles Chaotix. With Metal Sonic Kai. Yeah, if you wonder why Metal Sonic just randomly turns into a kaiju in Yeah, if you wonder why Metal Sonic randomly turns into kaiju in Sonic Mania, it's cause it's a reference to Knuckles Chaotix. Ow. Yeah, this one ain't that hard, if I'm honest. Oh yeah, the red wings don't actually appear in these missions, so yeah, you have to play the actual normal axe in order to get those. Though Shadow Generations works a bit differently. Whoops. I died. But luckily, it's not really an issue. Oh yeah, just try not to hit any of the bands and shit. It hurts. The bad time I bloody hit it. Fun fact. In Sonic Adventure, if you play as Tails, it actually is the last level of Tails is But yeah, it's actually the last level of Tails' story. And you had to race Eggman to a missile to stop him detonating it. Because it was a dud. Huh. I wonder if you give it enough welly. Yep, you can just skip the balloons entirely. Well, that would have been fucking useful to know. Nice. Ow! Yes. Yeah, you actually make your way up the inside of the building in Act 1. Okay, I thought that was a bottomless pit for a second. Had a slight panic attack. Yeah, this one's not that hard. You know, I should probably knock out the keys first. Leaf Forest from Sonic Advance Tour. Yeah, we're gonna knock out the Chaos Emerald and the keys now. And look at this! The other side of Sonic Shadow Generations. The Shadow! It'd be the Shadow. I can't do a Shadow voice. But yeah, you actually... Shadow's the rival for the Adventure era. Who else would it be? And the character who was literally made to be the... dark story... Sonic. If you got the Digital Deluxe Edition, you got a skin for Shadow in Shadow Generations, the Terrio skin, which is actually a reference to, well, is actually his original design before they settled on this one. You have to beat him to the purple orb things. You need to do it twice. And then you can go live and learn on his ass. Oh, you need to actually grab it rather than just get ahead. Okay. The orbs are not wanting to cooperate today, are they? There we go. Now to go live and learn on his ass. Smacking him with meteors and... then make Shadow have a really bad day. And he's down. A pretty, uneventful fight, if I'm honest. But it is meant to reference the final... really the final part of both the Hero and Dark story, which is a rematch between Sonic and Shadow. Anywho, wait, you get the Piss Rock. You got a Chaos Emerald? Question mark? Potentially to do with certain events that happen in Shadow Generations? Question mark? Okay, what one do I want to do here? Dash Ring. This. Oh, you gotta hit a certain amount of dash rings. Huh. Ow. Interesting. I've seen something like this before. Hit. Ah, shit. Yeah, Modern Sonic has the drop dash. I think I've gone into this, but Mon Sonic just has the drop dash as a normal part of his kit, whereas it's a skill for Classic Sonic, which is, well, ironic because it's way more useful on Classic Sonic. Well, just enough. I cut that a bit close. Yeah, so I will say this about the challenge acts in this game. In terms of how they are. In the Sonic Generation side, they're more... oh. They can vary from what they want you to do. But... for Shadow side of it, they're more uniform, as in there are just a few specific types. There are types here, but just a few ones. This is another character helps out Sonic one. You can't damage these acorns whilst their shield's up, so you use Rouge's abilities to make them do that. Because apparently her wiles work on fucking robots now?
Sonic.
It's one I actually find kind of annoying. But think of it like a flamethrower. A bit of a flamethrower that works in front of you. Well, technically in front of where Rouge is.
Here goes.
So if you work, like, if you think of it like that, you have a flamethrower for a couple of seconds going off in front of you. If you think of it like that, it's a lot easier to manage.
Here goes. Leave this to me. Here goes.
It has a pretty short cooldown.
Sonic.
You only need enough to make it up there. But yeah. Still don't know how the hell that even works, but hey, guess you can seduce robots now. Special stage, bonus challenge. Doing. This is fun. Damn, I can get it fast enough that a face through it. There we go. Huh. Okay, that's a thing I can do. Neat. Proceed to immediately start doing it again. Come on. Bored now. character yet. Oh yeah, if you talk to the characters in front, they might sort of tell you where a red ring might be located. Now here's what I'm wondering, do I do a couple more challenges? Oh shit, I didn't get the key from Seaside Hill yet. No, it's not there. Okay, I must. Oh yeah, it's the weird one. We'll have to. White space can be very unintuitive some days. Ooh, skateboard one. Lord of a board. Ah. Skateboard. Ow. Okay, I didn't even need this on board. But yeah, I don't know whether to simply try to do as many challenges as I can, or just do a few and then finish off with the boss fight for today. Because I know with next week we would be focusing on...
Find the chow and get to the goal.
Oh. Yeah, so... we need to find more chow than cream. Good, because I need rings. Yeah, you compete against Cream to see how many, well, to get more chow than her.
I see one. I found one. I see one.
And how the fuck did she get ahead of me?
There's one. I see one. I see one.
Dang it. Okay. Once you get 11, you can't really... oh, you can get more, but that's the quota you need to hit to actually beat Cream.
I see one. There's one. I found one.
Oh damn it. What happens when she reaches the goal first? No, don't matter. Found more Chow banner anyway. Mill Harbor from Sonic Adventure 2. Ah shit. Dang it. I remember they'll, like, you can cut across. Okay, I'm starting over because I kind of effed up. You can cut across the water a little bit here. It's a little tricky to do, but if you can pull it off... it can save you a bit of time. Okay then. Okay, that's new. Yep. And we got go-kart, which is a much faster route. You can boost in go-kart mode. I went when actually doing the act because I wanted the red ring. Good thing is with that, I thought there was a red ring in the lower route, but apparently, well, in the turtle route, but apparently that's not the case. Bit of fun game. I swear, if I get that route this time, if I manage to pull off that route this time round, I'm gonna be mad. And I fucking do. Well, that's annoying. So, with some of the cleanup, do you want me to do all of the cleanup on stream? Or do you want me to do as much as I can on stream and then well, in a cleanup stream, and then just do any more of the, well, any of the really annoying stuff off stream of that. Because there's definitely one I can think of that is definitely annoying. Nice. I do need to pee real quick, so I'll be right back. I'm back. Right. Now, what do I want to do here? Do I just want to just yell at the boss to get out the way now? Or save it for next time? I personally think it's worth just YOLOing it. So that way, and then just do a bit more cleanup. That way, next week we can just bow straight into the, well, modern-ish era. Or what I'm going to call the experimental era and the beginning of the meta era. As for the year we're currently in, I'd say that's post-meta for now, but I'm just gonna call it the Renaissance era, or remembering roots era, because there seems to be a fair bit of that. Oh yeah, speaking of which, Perfect Chaos, final boss of Sonic Adventure. Fun fact, in the original, Sonic could only fight this thing as Super Sonic. Here, well, Sonic down. I suppose because he has literally the ability to run in water now. He probably doesn't feel like it's needed. He does need enough boost to get in there for the hit. Sort of. This one's more a level than a boss fight, if I'm honest. And I kinda like that. I appreciate ones that are more level than boss fight. I don't know. For larger than life bosses like this, it kinda works. And smack. And music changed. Yeah, this is why I say it's more level than a fight. Because you're more focused on getting up, well, getting in range rather than evading boss patterns or anything like that, like you would other bosses. Anywho, that's Perfect Chaos down. You really weren't so perfect after all. And with that, the main levels of the Adventure era are now done. And whilst we technically have unlocked the modern era, we'll leave that for next week.
You're doing great, Sonic. You mean you're doing great, Sonics. Right. I may never get used to that. Ah!
Watch out!
Ow, my face!
The Chaos Emerald's powers are miraculous, and we sure could use a miracle. We need that emerald! Sonic, your speed has been able to restore our friends. I bet it can restore the Chaos Emerald to full power, too! And I bet you double we're going to need all 7 emeralds.
It's totally like we haven't already been collecting them already.
You guys have your work cut out for you.
An adventure's no fun if it's too easy.
And we're lucky that fist bump didn't cause 20 different paradoxes. But yeah, that unlocks the experimental era / early meta area stuff, aka the quote-unquote modern era. I do find it a shame they don't use the Chaos Emerald jingle. I don't know why, like, this would be a perfect place for something like that. Around a little nod like that. Anywho, I want to wrap up all of classic Sonic Speed Highway ones if I can. And here's a really fun one. Speed! I know there's some really evil ones later. I know there's a really evil one later. One of Modern Sonic ones that unlocks a ability. I think it's the one that unlocks the Endless Boost ability, which makes it so you can boost endlessly, but you can't collect rings. So you have to essentially perfect run it. Which is a bit of a easier said than done situation with it. And it's a really annoying one. I think it's like my least favourite modern Sonic. I can't remember what's my least favourite classic Sonic one though. Got it. Emerald Coast. Sonic Adventure. It was also the Sonic Adventure representative for the 3DS one. Yeah, I do agree with what some people say that they fumbled the ball when it comes to actually representing Sonic's handheld history. It's only really the modern era stuff that did. Because it used the DS version of one game for its last level, and the level before that was one that was wholly from a handheld title. Ow. Doink, doink. Whee! Avoid getting hit by pursuing enemies and get to the goal in time. Son of a... I don't like the fact that they have little air support. Oh look, there's a gym. And we're out. His world, Sonic 06. Do wanna do one more. SPL, Master of Camouflage. Only the searchlight can reveal SPL. Face him and get the go in time. I really like this one. Yeah, there's ones where
Think you can find me?
you
Ninja arts, camouflage. You got me.
work with Sonic's friends, or you go up against them.
How dare you? Ninja arts, camouflage. How dare you?
Yeah, there'll be one or the other in each.
Ninja arts, camouflage. Vanish. You got me. Vanish. How dare you? Ninja arts, camouflage. Ninja arts, camouflage. How dare you?
Yeah, I really like this one. Yeah, you need to be quick with hitting him as well once you've revealed his hidey hole. Because otherwise he'll just vanish again. Get. There we go. And now is my favourite part of the stream. Collector room history lesson. Here are the new chows we got today. We didn't get any in City Escape Act 2. Arts. Chemical Hills concepts. Ah, that one's actually kind of cool because it shows that, again, they probably had a different idea for it. I like how you can see they just plot the sprites on there just for a frame reference. It looks so scuffed, but early concept art is Sky Century stuff. You can actually see that they had a clear vision from the get-go. No, this really isn't too different from a final thing. Yes, Sky Century really got a glow up out of the classic levels in this. Well, classic era stuff on this. Oh. Huh. That bit, something like that would have been cool for Sonic Frontiers, actually. Here are idea sketches for the warp points. Ah, that's interesting. They were going to actually think about redesigning them altogether. But I'm glad they kept what they did, because it is more faithful to the original sprites. Like mental mechanics. Huh, who's the little squirrely character they sort of used to represent jumping there? But yeah, the rotating bits, that was actually in the original Sky Sanctuary, if I remember. And Death Egg concept? Log Death Egg. Final Rush concept. Or the Egg Dragoon stage. Well, that's a bit of a bloody spoiler now, ain't it? Huh. Any other concepts? No, that's all the concepts. New music. Emerald Hill Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Angel Island Zone from Sonic 3. Mushroom Hill Zone from Sonic Knuckles, the other part of Sonic 3. And was one of the levels in the 3DS version of Sonic Generation. Yeah, they both kind of follow the pattern. Like, they had Green Hill, they had one from Sonic 2, and then one from Sonic and Knuckles. So that was probably this point. Emerald Coast. The first main proper level of Sonic's story in Sonic Adventure. Was also the adventure representative for in the 3DS Sonic generations. Metal Harbor, Sonic Adventure 2. I really like this stage. Ah, special stage, bonus challenge. Say it with me now. It was in the 3DS version of Sonic Generations. Yeah, they had special stages in the 3DS version, which you unlock by beating, well, Act 1 and Act 2. And those special stages were the Sonic Heroes ones. And were honestly piss easy. I wouldn't say as easy as Sonic Colors DS's special stage, but it's close. His World, Sonic 06. Specifically, I think it's meant to be the main theme and Sonic's theme in it. There's actually two different versions of this. This version and the Zebrahead version. I prefer the Zebrahead version. The other ones. Before Sonic Advance 2. The first level of Sonic Advance 2. And, like I mentioned earlier, Cream's debut game. If you played a little known Flash game called, well, a well-known Flash game from back in the day called Ultimate Flash Sonic, you'll be familiar with Leaf Forest. Because it was literally just a fan recreation of Leaf Forest and Ice Paradise from Sonic Advance 2. The other ones? Oh, new characters. Jello! Created as the owner life form by Professor Gerald Robotnik, Dr. Eggman's grandfather, so Shadow's spin image of Sonic. I call bullshit! Showing his agility and speed, he has some strengths of purpose and pursues his goals by any means necessary. I still call bullshit on him being the spitting image of Sonic. They look nothing like each other. How the fuck did Sonic get mistaken for this guy at the beginning of Adventure 2? I will go on, like, obviously it was for plot reasons, but come on. Like, seriously, no sorting resemblance. They don't even move the same way. Shadow has his air shoes, they're technically called air shoes now, and skates along. Sonic runs using his feet. Rouge your bat. Rouge is a smart, sassy and seductive female bat. She's a treasure hunter who specializes in jewels and always gets what she wants. She might appear as ditzy at first blush, but she's a calculating realist who acts on her mercenary instinct. Oh yeah, it's very hard to catch Rouge out. Whilst not impossible, yeah, it is very hard to catch Rouge out. You'll usually have some kind of getaway plan if needed. I think there was a bit of controversy about them covering up a bust a bit more, but these are kids' games. Plus, I don't care too much. Cream the Rabbit. Cream is a sweet girl rabbit who is a friend of a Chow. She's a separable from a Chow friend, Cheese. She gives her best at anything she tries, and she's always full of curiosity. Her mom wants her to be good, so Cream is well behaved and very polite. Yeah, Vanilla's doing one hell of a job raising this kid. Like, if there's ever a point that Sonic actually, in his old age, where Sonic retires from heroing and that, I can definitely see them writing in Cream to take up that mantle. if not then some. Espel the Chameleon, or she'll probably go into more peacekeeping, well, more mediator efforts, or just spend her life raising jail, which wouldn't surprise me. SPL the Chameleon. SPL is a chameleon who is a master of ninjutsu. Skilled ninja who thrives on danger, uses stealth and speed to fool its enemies. His wariness and soulful character make him a vital member of the chaotic detective agency. The only thing is, he ain't wearing blue. Real ninjas wear blue. And I would be surprised if any of you get where that reference is from. What YouTuber that is a reference of. Yeah. So yeah, that was our... Oh yeah, I did timestamp the VOD last week. Because I remember specifically putting in a timestamp for collection room history lesson. Anywho, now that's out of the way, let us transition back to the stats screen for a little bit. Yeah, just chill here for 5-10 minutes. But, well, more like 10-15. Yeah. That was fun. I was able to show you some of my favourite levels from the game. Both modern and classic. No, seriously, I do think Speed Highway and Sea Escape are my favourite levels. There's another one later on that's, well, in the modern era that's close, but... I have a slight bit of PTSD from... Well, I have a slight bit of, gamer trauma from... the first time for the first stream playthrough. And a certain Act 1. And a certain section of that Act 1 involving a wine cellar. At least I think it's meant to be a wine cellar. But, we'll worry about that next week. Yeah. I think we covered a lot of it, like, we did our usual history lesson. Always enjoy doing that one for you guys. It's part of the reason why I purposely playing through this game on that poll in the first place, because with my new game history, well, with my bit more of a game history game history and trivia related orientation, maybe I should start doing thoughts about that as well. Because I prefer doing shorts on that rather than full-blown 3-minute videos or something. I don't have the time and patience to actually make 3 minutes worth of recording. And now that's just me being me, I guess. But I quite liked how I actually did the shorts this week, where I had one gaming trivia one and one stream clip. I think that's how I'm going to go about shorts in general for a little while, to really see how the algorithm responds to it. It did respond that great. But I think my algo's slightly balked at the moment in terms my the short side of my little slice of the algorithms doesn't know what the fuck to do with itself. Which, fair enough, sometimes that can happen. Sometimes an algorithm can just go belly up a bit. I nearly said a very humorous and slightly vulgar British version of that saying. Yeah, I'm trying to keep... I think I'm gonna try and keep the British mannerisms a bit more on the down low. Because I know last stream I confused a fair number of y'all with that. I know I confused one or two of y'all with that. But, wouldn't be the first time I've utterly confused the hell out of people. My brain is an enigma, even to myself. So, yeah. It's just how it is. But, yeah. Oh, did you see on the, Sonic Twitter with that little, OST DJ remix thing for Crossworlds? Or Crossworlds in general, they not only showed that we're getting Sweet Mountain, but it looks like that's a Crossworld in of itself, due to the fact that we see Storm flying into the traveling, rather than it being on the ground like it normally is. So that's definitely a Crossworld. And Market Street from Team Sonic Racing is also coming back. That means we now have a track and a Crossworld from Sonic Colors, and 2 tracks, and 3 Crossworlds from Unleashed now I think about it. Because you also have Skyroad, which is now Crossworld, which was another track from Team Sonic Racing. Yeah, sometimes I just know a lot about a game that I've never played. The other Colors one is the Starlight kind of Carnival one from Racing All Stars Transformed. And the other Unleashed ones are Aptos, Skyroad, which is technically also Rooftop Run Spagodia sort of thing, and Dragon Road. We're getting quite a few. Well, that's one thing I've noticed with when they've been revealing tracks. There's been a healthy mix of ones that are brand new and ones that are based off of existing locales from the Sonic series. Which, yeah. You also got a healthy mix of brand new ones and ones that are returning from the sumo digital Sonic Racing games. That being Sega All-Stars, All-Stars Racing, and Team Sonic Racing. Well, we do know one of the Cross Worlds is actually from Sonic Riders. That being White Cave, I believe. I would actually like them to pull a bit more from Riders. Like, have a actual proper track that's a locale from Riders. I can actually think of a couple of ideas. Only one I can think of from the original is like Babylon Garden or Sega Carnival. Because that would be a unique one. Or if they actually give you a track from Sonic and the Secret Rings. That would be cool, like Evil Foundry or Levitated Ruin or Night Palace. That would be an amazing one. Yeah, Zero Gravity. What ones would I pull from that one? The only one of the Sonic Riders games I've played. Honestly, you could literally do any of them. Like, I generally think that Zero Gravity has a pretty strong theming with, well, pretty strong biome types with its tracks. Like, you've got almost ancient Chinese style ruins, a vertical tower with Mediotech Tower and that, Mediotech factory levels in and of itself. You got the Boulevard ones, which are essentially Zero Gravity's version of the Sega Carnival ones, where it's just a massive shite ton of Sega references. Megalo City, which is a massive futuristic city, but I think if I wanted to do that, they would go Metal City from the first game. From the first Sonic Riders. Botanical Kingdom. I can see them doing that one. But one I would really want. Aquatic Capital. When I think of tracks from Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, that's one of the first ones that comes to mind. That and Gigan Rocks / Device, the ancient Chinese ruin styled one. Either of those would make really cool tracks. Would I bring any from Free Riders? If you can think of interesting shit to do with them, go ahead. I do think they should have a couple of tracks from Sonic Riders, rather than just only having one cross world to represent the entire damn sub-series. Especially since they're making a real point of going, hey, yeah, we've brought the Extreme Gear back, we brought the Babylon Rogues back. We're sort of trail testing if you guys like these things anymore, because we might possibly potentially think about a Sonic Riders game in the future. you can tell that they are definitely... It definitely feels to me they are testing the waters on if it's still popular. And if it is, they might think about it. But I doubt it. I think they just wanted to fold it in with the more kart racy side of it. Because they play exactly like the colours one way it looks. Which ain't a bad thing, but I can imagine some people would have wanted the Sonic Riders mechanics. But hey, that was a dub. Anywho, hang on a sec. Alrighty, I'm back. But, yeah, I think Sonic Racing Crossroads has quite a bit of potential. And I feel that it doesn't feel like they're squandering it. Especially because they're really pushing it as their really big budget game. It looks more big budget than Mario Kart World does, if I have to be brutally honest on that one. But we'll see how it pans out. We don't have long left to wait, because what, Crossworlds comes out mid-September or something? Let me check. No, it actually comes out late September, on the 25th. Huh. Well, I know if you pre-order it, you get it a couple of days early. You also get the Werehog. And as someone who loves their game history, the Werehog is a fascinatingly weird little bit of Sonic's history. And yeah, I mean, pre-ordering Sonic X Shadow Generations got me the Adventure Sonic skin, so yeah. Oh, with it? Well, if I do, I probably won't stream it on the day I get it. I'll probably wait till the 25th to get it. And that way I can enjoy it in my own time first. But, yeah, just think it would be... I'd just see it as that's a bit more fair. It's why I didn't go for the digital deluxe edition of Sonic X Shadow Generations. But, and I think it's kind of... digital deluxe editions are kind of overpriced. But, that's another topic for another day, don't you think? And with that, I think we're gonna wrap up for the day. Got no idea what's going on with the schedule other than more Sonic X Shadow Generations on the Saturday. As for the rest of the week, I'll figure that out tomorrow. It'll likely be a full 3-day Dream Week next week. So, yeah. As always, thank you all for popping in and hanging out for a bit. And thank you all for sitting in on my little history lessons here and there today. Because there was a few of them. And I hope you all join me for the next part of it. Next week. Where I'll be doing the rest of the main story of the Sonic side of it. Of Sonic Gens. And yeah. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all stay safe. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And I'll see you next week, everybody. Alrighty, good night, everybody. And I will see you next week. Have a great weekend. See you next week.